Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today my group, which consisting of me, Haziq, Brother Zizul as well as Brother Aidin, will be discussing about one geomorphology structure which is known as Tombolo. So what is Tombolo? A tombolo from the Italian tombolo derived from the Latin tumulus meaning mound and sometimes translated as isle. A tombolo is a deposition landform in which an island is attached or has not fully separated from the mainland by a narrow piece of land such as a bar or a sandspit. Once attached, the island is then known as a tight island because it seems to tethered to the coast. This formation can be either solitary or found in cluster. For instance, several islands tied together by bar which rise above the water level are called a tombolo cluster. When clustered, the sandbar may form a lagoon-like enclosure near the coast. This type of lagoon are likely to fill with sediment over time, but commonly, single tombolo are mostly found in many places. A tombolo may be considered to be a type of isthmus and the length varies from few tens of meters behind small obstacle up to more than 10 kilometers. This phenomenon may have natural or anthropogenic origin. Natural tombolo occur when obstacle is created by exogenous processes. Anthropogenic tombolo occur when obstacle has form of man-made infrastructure. In most tombolo around the world, the sediment material come from coastal erosion, river, underwater reef, and coastal glacier deposit. Initially, so-called salient are formed.
And I will explain about the formation of tombolo. Firstly, tombolo is formed by longshore drift. Longshore drift occurs as waves push sediment which makes use of sand, silt and clay towards the coastline at an angle. Instead of landing on the beach, the sediment begins to build up between the beach and an island, creating a bar and effectively tying the island to the mainland. So this drift is often influenced by the wind direction. Secondly, a tombolo is also formed by wave diffraction and refraction. Waves move toward the coastline and are slowed down as they enter the shallower water. They first reach the islands that are close to the shore. Because these waves are moving at a slower than normal pace, they move around the island instead of over it. As the water moves more slowly around the island, it picks up sediment along the way. When the waves meet on the other side of the island, which is the side facing the coast, the sediment is deposited. This sediment continues to build up until it creates the sandbar that connects the island to the beach.
Okay, next I will share a little bit on a changing of tombolo and some of the tombolo around the world. Because of the unique shape of tombolos, they tend to be more likely to change over time due to weathering and tide than the regular coastline. Sometimes, the island at the end of the bar or spit is large enough that it supports commercial or residential activity. In order to prevent changes to the tombolo, the bar is reinforced with cement road or parking lots. This prevents wind and wave from washing away the finer sediment on the top of the bar. Okay, next, one of the most well-known tombolo around the world is Chesil Beach, that is located on the southern coast of Dorset in England. This beach connects to the island of Portland with a 4-mile-long limestone island. It is an inhabited island with a population around 12,000 and 1,400. The island and the beach belong to the Jurassic Coast, a UNESCO World Heritage Site which is protected due to its unique geological formation. Some scientists, however, have suggested that Cecil Beach is not actually the true Tombolo. Additionally, this site is an important bird nesting area between April and August, which is access to several areas here is prohibited during this time. Another well-known Tombolo is the Ausbury Peninsula in New Zealand. It is located on the northern side of the North Island, between the Tasman Sea and Pacific Ocean. This site is interesting because it is a peninsula with a peninsula making up part of the North Island Peninsula. This Tombolo creates the Rangaunu Harbour as well as several other harbours along its length. And lastly, Adam Bridge, which connected to Sri Lanka or Ceylon with India across the 33 mile or 53 km White Pulp Strait, was formerly the world's largest Tombolo. It was destroyed several thousand years ago by a slight change in mean sea level and a chain of sandbags that seriously hinder navigation exists today. That's all from me. Thank you.